Now that the HTML file is created, we need the CSS file. So here I will go to this CSS file, and here is something cool that you can use. With brackets, you can click on this here and click on vertical split or horizontal split. In my case, I will choose the vertical split. When you do this, you can have the HTML file on the left side and the CSS file on the right side. So this will be very, very useful. And for this, I will grace and I click on inspect. Great. %. Great. So this is what we will have. We will be working with the HTML file on the left side and the CSS file on the right side, and then we preview the result here in the browser. Great. So let's test. So let's see if this CSS file is working. I will target the body element, and I will choose a different background color, maybe this ugly color, so we can see that it is working. Great. Now let's do some CSS resets. So this asterisk selector will select every element. For instance, if you do border 1 pixel solid block, this will target every element that we have on the web page, and to each element we will add a border. So if I go here, sorry for this, we can see that each element has a border. Well, this is pretty ugly. I will remove it. So here I will use the selector to remove the paddings, the margins, and border and box sizing. I'm sorry for this. Box sizing, border box. And now we have removed the borders and the margins from all our elements. And also the next thing that we will do, sorry for this, is choosing a font family. So I will go here, Google Fonts, I will choose two font families. I will choose Urboto and maybe OpenSense, and I click on this. I grab this code and I add it to my HTML file. So the meta elements, I will move it here. So we have the link to the font family, and then for the body elements, I will give it the font family, and here we can see that it has different font family and it is working properly. Great. And also the next thing that we will do is choosing a background color for the body elements. So I will grab the background color from here, go to body. So from here I will grab it. Great. So we have this background color. Now let's move to the header element and let's style it. So for the header element, header, I will give it a background color of white. So we can see that it is working. Great. And also let's target header, anchors. Let's give them padding 20 pixels. So you can see that this is creating padding from the left side and the right side, but we need it also to the top side and to the bottom side. For this, we need to make the anchor element display inline block. This will allow us to add paddings to our anchor. And now we have this. Great, you can see that it is working. But we will just use maybe 15 pixels. Great. We will remove the text decoration, this underline, text decoration, none. So we removed the line from here and from here, from here, from here. So if we don't have this code, we have the line, and if we add this, we remove the line. Great. Let's also change the color. Great. So we have different color. Great. Now let's target the nav element. Header, nav. Here the list item is by default a block element. So nav li, and here if I choose display block, this is what is making each element on a separate line. But if we choose here inline block, these elements will sit next to each other. Great. So we have this element, this element, this element, and this element. Great. Now let's target the logo. Let's increase the font size, maybe 2M, and choose a different font family. Let's see the result. Great. Maybe 2M is too big. 1.5. Great. And also, we will target the nav and anchor elements. We will give them a background color RGBA 0.1. This will create this background color, but we want to have this when we hover over the element. So here I will add the hover state, and now when we hover over this element, it will have this background. So I will remove this so we can see that it is working. So I will target the header now, and I will add the transition background color, and let's give it a duration of 4 seconds. So this will create a smooth transition, which is beautiful. Great. So as you can see, I'm following a mobile first approach. So I will design from the mobile view, then we will go to tablets, then we will go to laptop. Now here, sorry for this. Great. So we just finished with the header. Great. Now let's move to the second section, which is the intro section.